Yeah, that feels really good. I want to itch that spot for like the longest time, but I have pretty short arms. Kind of. Hey. I hit the microphone. I'm just using this little like bear claw like back scratcher that I got this one gift shop or whatever. So it has nothing to do with the video that I'm about to make, so just bear with me. Okay, so during my school's spring break back in April, I made the absolutely genius decision to watch the Netflix original TV show, The Dragon Prince. There, I was whisked away to an amazingly animated show filled with action, magic, and adventure. I have a lot to say about this show, so go get some snacks, because this is gonna be big. So, The Dragon Prince is an anime fantasy Netflix original show created by Aaron E. Has and Justin Richmond. The show was produced by the company Wonderstorm and was animated by Bardale Entertainment. The show was kind of like Avatar: Last Airbender, but with dragons, which makes sense considering that Aaron E. Has was also the head writer and co-executive producer for Avatar: Last Airbender. Pretty nice. Possibly the best thing about the show is not the story, even though it's really good, but its animation. What Bardale Entertainment did was try to use 3D computer animation to animate the character while backgrounds were done using like 3D modeling and hand painting. It gives off a really like nice like illusion or whatever. Like the characters like feel like 3D, but like the backgrounds also feel like 2D. So it's like it's very surreal and like kind of funky, but I like it. In fact, I even have like a book that like I use like to hold my mouse pad that like details like all of the art used in the Dragon Prince. It's called The Art of the Dragon Prince, and it has like one of the really awesome cover. I like it. I got it at Barnes and Noble. You can pick it up there too if you want to check it out. So yeah, or you can order online. Not many people really use. Not many people go outside nowadays. Alright, so let's talk about the story. So, to get up to speed, basically, before the big adventure began, about 1,000 years before, humans, dragons, and elves all lived together in peace. Until humans found out how to use, like, dark magic after failing to master regular magic, and moved to the west of the continent of Zadia, and thus the continent was divided in half, with it being separated by a river of lava. So 1,000 years later, the Human King Hero and the Dark Magician Viren, slay the Dragon King and supposedly destroyed the dragon's egg as well, when in reality they actually just kept it tucked underneath their kingdom in the dungeon. Now, slaying the Dragon King angered the elves exponentially, so they sent assassins to assassinate King Hero and his two sons, Ezrin and Callum, the main characters. Two of the main characters. One of the assassins, Rayla, corners Ezrin and Callum, but they find the dragon egg and, reluctantly decide to team up to take it back to its mother. So, like, yeah, just team up, like, even though they're from different, like, species, they decide to team up. Then Viren self-appoints himself as king now, and then sends his two children after the group to kill them or assassinate them. It's like that cliche where they tell you like you just need to bring them back, wink, and like and it was like an innuendo to like that meant that like he wanted them to kill them. Yeah, yeah. And now the plot's happening. So basically, it shows now like a Mandalorian Avatar as Airbender hybrid, and I will say it's pretty cool. So, throughout Season 1, just like Avatar, they travel to all sorts of places and eventually reach this dark illusion place called the Cursed Caldera before the season ends. And then, like, eventually, like, the dragon egg, like, hatches, and, like, we get, like, a baby dragon named Zim, and he's pretty adorable, one of my favorite characters, because he's so adorable. So, yeah, let's do Season 2. So, I don't really have a lot to say about Season 2, because it's not really much story-based. Season 2 begins with Viren's teenage kids, catching like the trio and Anzium, but they decide not to kill them, and then later in the season, later in the season, Ezra decides to become the next king, and eventually then and to become the next king to become the next in line for his father's throne. And I will say I would actually prefer like King Ezra over Nor Ezra. Controversial, I know, I know it's very controversial to most people who are fans of the show. Alright, so Season 3 has got to be my favorite out of 3 so far. That's why I say so far later. Mainly because the big climax happens around here, and now everyone except Callum, Ezrin, and Rayla are against each other. Also, early in the season, Ezrin decides to step down from the throne, sadly. Why? But he then catches up with Rayla and Callum later on in the season, only to find out that in that time he had been gone, Callum and Rayla had formed a relationship with each other. What? Let me explain. So basically, throughout season 3, after Ezran temporarily left, Callum and Rayla started getting closer and closer together. Such a fact that they made an entire episode where they eventually kiss and stuff, and then it's touched on more in the episodes, and then they eventually start a full-on relationship, and I like it. It's actually like, according to WatchMojo.com, it's one of the best TV series relationships in cartoon history. That's pretty nice. I'm like, it's on Avatar levels of like relationships when you think about it. Okay, so back to season 3. The third season ended with a supposed final battle against Viren, and it does say the final battle, right? Well, you'd be sort of wrong. In the last few moments of the episode, Viren's daughter Claudia reveals that he did technically die, but she revived him by using dark magic, and now she has like a little white streak of hair in her hair, and it's like, oh, plot twist, what? Yeah. Another reason for this is because apparently the people who work on the show have 3 or 4 more seasons in production, which means that we're getting more of Viren and Claudia, and more characters. So this is gonna be good. I can't wait for that. Alright, so in my opinion, The Dragon Prince is an amazing series. It has intense action, great visuals, and a great plot. I give the show a 10 out of 10. It's probably my second favorite animated show of all time, with number one favorite being Craig of the Creek. In fact, even 2 board games of Dragon Prince have been like announced, and I searched up some other reviews people gave for the Dragon Prince because I like telling people how stupid they are for saying something I like is bad. I'll do like I do think I'm gonna make this one video later. I think like next year called like my unpopular child's friends opinions, where I give my unpopular child's friends opinions and like tell you why you're stupid for like going against my opinions. But basically, like, that's kind of like one thing I like. I just like getting annoyed by people who think that, like, a certain movie's bad, but I like the movie. Cars 2 is not a bad movie. Listen. Okay, I'm getting off track. I gotta get back to this. And I was surprised by how many people said that The Dragon Prince was good, but then they gave heavily major complaints about the show that aren't really big deals. The first complaint is that season 1 is kind of bad, which I guess you're kind of right about that. I mean, it is the weakest out of the 3 so far. But I don't consider it terrible by any means. They also said that the animation is horrible, which I'm guessing is from someone who is permanently blind, because the animation, in my opinion, is some of the best I've ever seen. They also said that some of the characters are blank in terms of being likable, which you're also kind of right about that. But that's like another reason why there are more seasons in production, to try and flesh out those blank characters in some of those episodes. And lastly, they said that the story is bad, and that's where I draw the line. If you say that the story in Dragon Prince is bad, then I guess you also think that Avatar Airbender is a bad story, or that Ben 10 is a bad storyline, or that the freaking MCU is a bad storyline. Get out! We don't like you here. Some people are going to be such idiots when it comes to rating shows, plot, and storyline. No offense to those who like doing that. But me and some other people who like agree with me think you're stupid. No offense. And that's all I have to say about the Dragon Prince. I would have made this video longer if I could upload videos that were over 15 minutes long, but this is what I have to do for now. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Be sure to check out my straw poll and share this with your friends. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I had this back scratcher. I've been holding this back scratcher through like the whole video.